In this video, you would learn about how to get the planning done, wrapping your mind around designing and writing the code for food ordering app just in 1 hour. This video especially talk about designing and coding a front-end web application for food ordering app. So without further ado, let's get started. This question has been asked in many top corporate giants including Facebook, Apple, PayPal and Extra. Predominantly in this video, we cover how to plan for the homepage of the application and breakdown of the visual design, write the code for the application. I open source this code in GitHub. I provided the link in the description of the video. The tech stack used in this app, mostly I used simple HTML, CSS and vanilla JavaScript handlebar.js for the templating. Let's look at the visual design of the app. This is the actual outcome of the application we are expected to reach. Before jumping into coding part of the application, I would like to show you the outcome of the application. So what you see on the screen is the output of the application. You can scroll down and we have list of restaurant items, nice and sleek design header with search bar and favorites and the list of restaurants. Primarily you can divide the application into 4 segments. One is the header and search bar, favorites and the list of items. The best way to learn the code is that by reverse engineering the existing application. Let's play with the items of the list. And when I click on it, this will be saved as a favorite item. And when I click on show me favorites, it shows me the favorite list of items. Let's search and find out whether it works. Yes, the search functionality works. So let's look at the code of the application. Like we discussed, mainly under the body section we have the header and then search box, favorites, and the main container to show the list of items. So I have written the inline JSON code in order to depict the restaurant grids. In general applications we get the data from the server. But for the time being, just to implement this code in 1 hour, I have written the response inside the script itself. So if you look at the item of the list, it is containing these important key value pairs which are required to show the grid item. Name of the restaurant, price, rating, whether it is favorite or not, and image to show the background for the restaurant. This code is getting initialized by calling getView method. So let's look at the getView functionality of the method. So what I'm doing inside the function is that I'm looping through the response and create the resto card for the each and every item of the array. Resto card, what does the resto card do? I am using handlebar.js in order to dynamically convert this template with the past data values. So it's a simple div and containing the heart icon for the favorites and some details including price, rating and the rating stars. If you see here hash if and closing the if, this is syntax of the handlebar.js. We use handlebars in this to get this kind of functionality, dynamically checking the favorite, and will be able to execute these expressions within the curly braces. So all of these template file will be given as input for the compile method of the handlebar so that it will execute this and convert into template. So for the template I am passing the values here, and if you look at the resto card, I am destructuring the data into multiple values of the object. If you really don't know how to destructure the values of the object or array, I have a video for you. Please click on top right icon. So I'm using this register helper to register the sum functionality. In a handlebar.js, you can't actually calculate anything. You can't add or subtract or manipulate anything. In order to do that, you need to register separate callback function for the register helper. So I named the function as sum and calculating the rating inside that callback function. We are done with the resto card. So basically resto card is displaying the grid items. Let's look at the other parts of the application. So when I come here, how can search functionality work? As and when I type letters into the search bar, it is firing a key up event. So let's look at the code. OnFilterList is a function which will be called when a onKeyUp event is fired. I am retrieving the search term and finding it inside the response filtering the response and then passing that to the getView method again to display the filtered list items. How does this favorites functionality works? When I click on heart icon, for the favorites functionality, I am saving the items inside the local storage of the application. So when I click on show me favorites, it is kind of getting the list of items from the local storage and showing it on the screen. Let's see the code. So get from storage, save to storage functions are simply doing the local storage set item and get item operations. Handle favorites click is the functionality responsible for that. Data from the local storage and passing that to the getView method. Let's look at the make favorite functionality, which is responsible for saving a particular restaurant item in the local storage and removing it from the local storage when I uncheck the heart icon. If you see it here, as and when I click a particular item heart icon, it just fetches me the event.target ID, and based on the target ID, I retrieve the data from the local storage and compare it with the target ID. If it is already exists in the local storage, I try to add that item into the, if it is already exist in the local storage, I try to delete it from the local storage, and if it is not exist in the local storage, I try to add it into the list of items already available and save it back to the local storage. And I think that's all about the page, and it looks like this is also responsive. What are the possibilities of enhancing this code? We can keep the script tag under separate JavaScript file and style sheet into a separate style sheet code, and also we can make use of Lodash library, debounce operator for key up event. And if we look at the summary, that's amazing that we have finished this in some time, and this is very most commonly asked interview question these days. Go to this github.com/food ordering app and you can download the code from there. Thank you very much for watching the video. That's all guys for today. Let's talk about another new important concept in next video. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel.